Put your pants on!
Put your pants on for a second. The DLC's coming out. Everybody's talking about what's the type of the turtle gonna be. I've got some ideas of my own.
Do you?
But we're not gonna talk about that in this video. That's
Thank
for
God.
another video. All that is to say, what if it was a space type?
Houston.
That's right, space type. That's the type that I think we've been missing this whole. It's not sound. It's
No,
not light.
sound.
It's
Not
not,
light.
you know, it's not sex toy.
Although,
a new version of Rope Tom. So we're going to create a space type. The first step, we're going to go through all the Pokemon that we already have. We have to find 53 Pokemon
53.
that can match the space type. After that, we're going to find how the space type would match into the type chart itself. What is it weak against? What is it strong against?
what is it not anything against?
What is it? Immunities? Perhaps? And then lastly, if there's time, guys, if there's time, we're going to try and create...
If there's time!
We're going to create some Pokemon with dual typing, unique ideas, and someone's going to draw it. It might be me.
I specialize in pastel.
Yeah. We're going to create some original Pokemon, perhaps, at the end of this video. But that's
Okay.
only if you watch to the end.
Yeah. And if you like and subscribe to Bellhop Productions, which
That's
is
right,
who you
that's
are.
right.
Ryan Quigley from Bernie, as always.
As always. Before we dive right in, what do you think constitutes a space type?
I think it needs to be something...
Kind of alien-like.
Something cosmic, something from a different world. Probably very easy to confuse space type with like something like a god type, like an angel type deal.
Yeah, we can't make them all legendaries because a lot of the legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, you're
perfect
talking
fits for,
about
like space types. and things
Okay.
like- So the first contender I feel is Bulbasaur. I don't think any of the Kanto ones are perfect fits.
yeah. Alolan
Raichu could be a good start.
It does look fairly alien. Maybe we ought to have a conversation quickly about what are the differences between psychic and this space type.
I think Psychic type should be turned into Space type when it's something using its mind to navigate or like float around through space or something
A quick
like that.
pushback is like when you see aliens, they're seldom floating. When you see aliens,
Yeah.
you know, when you see aliens,
Yeah.
they're always walking around.
They always got their Tims on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Raichu isn't it at the moment,
Okay,
unfortunately.
great. Here's my first for sure one. Is Clefairy, Cleffa, and Clefable.
Zero argument. Here comes the other one, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, because they float around and they're
float
little,
around.
they're little space
I don't
aliens.
think they're
little-
as strong contenders.
No, certainly not, but they are. I was prepared to make an argument for the Machamp line. I know maybe it just looks like forearms from fucking Ben 10.
Yeah, I can put it down.
Put it down, but I'll tell you right now, I have no other ideas.
Do you want to do...
You know for damn Skippy
Yes.
that the Magnemite line is one of my favorite of all time, if
I
not
know.
my favorite.
Yeah.
This is where you should strike and say electric space.
I feel like it doesn't become space until it becomes Magnezone. And maybe I'm nipping us in the bud, but this feels like a steel type until it becomes a spaceship.
I think you could make them all space. I think this could be a little fucking
All right.
satellite
All right,
floating
here.
around in the
You
fucking
know what?
thing.
I'll put them on
It's a
here.
little satellite floating around the
Magneton.
fucking thing. Write that down, kids. Put that on a t-shirt.
Magneton. No, we're...
What are we at? 6? Now, can we talk
Staryu
about
and Starmie are a must for me, I think.
Are you sure?
They're fucking stars.
They're also fish, but
I think
starfish.
we take the wins where we can get them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how about Jinx, though?
I'm not quite sure what makes her psychic, but I also can't really tell you what would make her space.
Wasn't Jinx like racist originally? Isn't that terrible?
Incredibly so. Yeah.
And I think as reparations we make her space.
I think we have to stop. Okay. There was part of me that wanted Ditto.
Alien goo that can be whatever it needs to be.
Yeah, I think Ditto makes good. My other
How
one was
about
Porygon.
Porygon?
I think is a strong contender.
Do you think all of them are space types?
I think all of them are space types. I know already in the
Why
comment
is
section
that?
you're saying, well, it's man-made. It's not space because Porygon is man-made.
Explain the spaceships. You actually think we were on the moon, kids? Are you that stupid?
You know what? That's so much better than what I had because I was going to say cyberspace.
Okay, I'm prepared to make an argument for Dragonite.
I'm prepared to skip that.
Yeah.
You want to make an argument Sentret has one because it's got a crop circle?
I was you.
Real stretch. It's a real stretch, guys.
But
Sentret
gotta
needs
shut
all
up.
the help it can get.
It really does. Are you going to say Ledian because it looks like a little astronaut bug?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll say
I'll
Lettian.
say Lettian.
How about unknown?
Unknown has to be a space type.
They're all
for me.
space types.
I think they're all
I think
space
that we get to
types.
53 just by unknown. Farigiraf is certainly a space type.
Farigiraf has to be one. So I was wondering if Giraffarig could also be one. Because what's so psychic about Giraffarig?
You're saying that I'm saying that they're space psychic
You want to be space psychic?
instead of normal space.
I feel, see, to me, I think this is what a normal thing looks like in space.
You know what? I can't argue with that. I challenge you. You're a Dunsparce fan.
I love
our most
Dunsparce.
viewed video on the channel on today's day.
Yeah.
Is you reacting as a Dunsparce superfan
Yeah.
to the Dunsparce evolution. Is there a world like you can't tell me another thing on planet Earth that looks like Dunsparce?
You know what? You're right.
Why can't it be a space type?
I'm adding it right now.
I was about to make a play for Mightyena.
You want to do Mightyena?
Mightyena because I'll tell you why, because they howl at the moon. Write it down.
I considered the nose pass line.
I think the nose pass line deserves. Well, I mean, but I guess they're based on Easter Island heads.
Well, some people say that Easter Island heads were made by aliens.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Write them both down.
How
about
what about
Volbeat
Volbeat?
and
I thought Volbeat and
Illumise?
Illumise.
I'll say this. Are there two more forgettable Pokemon? Volbeat
Especially
off.
Volbeat feels very space to me, right?
Oh, I don't think that there is a difference between the two of them. Well, how about Spinda?
Then what really makes Spin to space like?
You ever look at a picture of a galaxy?
Oh, it's a little confusing.
No, it's a little spiral. It's
a little spiral?
It's a little
Oh.
confusing. What's this? Oh!
The big ones right here, Lunatone and Solrock.
Lunatone
are
and
so
Solrock. Those
obvious
are rock
ones.
space.
Now, Cast Form, I think, is a great contender.
Cast form, you are right, because there is weather on every planet. So
Yes.
all of those, every cast form. Well, I guess it's only one Pokemon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just one. So I guess it's just...
What about our first pseudo-legendary line of Bagon, Shelgon, and Salamence being sort of space types?
The only thing is we have the most obvious
Yeah.
pseudo-legendary space type out there.
And they're brothers.
Yeah. Now, again, we
Are you going
have
to say
the most...
Jirachi?
Jirachi and Deoxys, I think, both have to become space types.
You're saying steal space again for Jirachi.
It could be space psychic.
I have always been dubious about why the fuck Jirachi's
He's
a
a
steel
steel
type.
type. Okay,
I have
okay.
never once understood it.
Yeah.
Why is it a steel type? It's a pinata. Pinata's made out of paper. It should be paper type.
I never once thought of it as a pinata. That's amazing.
It's a pinata. Deoxys is unequivocally
Deoxys is unequivocally a space
a
type.
space type. I was going to make an argument, and I don't mean this,
Yeah.
for Staraptor. Yeah, wow. If you pay attention and if you look closely, it starts with star.
Oh my god.
I don't know what Drifloon and Drifblim are based upon, what like dead thing that they're supposed to be, but it would make way more sense for them to be like weather balloons that are floating in space.
Because they drag little children off or whatever.
Wow, how about this?
Okay.
I'm so good at what I do. It may also be based on space jellyfish, also known as atmospheric jellyfish, an atmospheric phenomenon caused by rocket launches that are often mistaken for cryptids or UFO sightings. And people told me that I was stupid for saying Drifblim.
Hey, what do you want to say?
Oh, Bronzong.
No, Bronzong and Bronzor are so clearly space and steel. Steel and
Wait,
psychic.
hold up. Freudian slip. What are they?
They're steel and psychic. They're steel because they're made out of steel.
Okay.
They're psychic because they're these little religious type characters. This is when religion becomes psychic. These are like little cultural icons.
Religion.
They're made out of like little whatever.
Religion. How about Luminion?
I considered that, but what's space about it? Besides, we just want to give Luminion something.
Well, no, I think it looks like Jar Jar Binks.
Because it's got the flaps.
Misa Luminion. Misa Spacer type.
I think
Palkia.
that has to be space.
You think
Palkia.
Yeah,
Because it's the space type.
If you're lost, you can look and you will
I
find
couldn't see
it.
any of these.
Time after time. Not Rotom?
Cresselia would be
Cresselia is a space type.
Yeah, well,
Cresselia is a psychic
We'll put
space type. It's
Cresselia.
moon type. You ever moon someone?
good. You gotta wonder who thinks that's fun, huh?
Who invented such a
Who
thing?
invented such a thing, huh?
I'm going to show you my ass.
Here, I'm gonna spread my asshole for you. Take a look at that, huh? Isn't this fun for
I don't know
everyone
if
involved?
if people are mooning. I don't know if people are spreading their asshole. Arceus.
No, I kind of like Arceus as normal
Why?
because I don't think God lives in outer space.
Okay, whatever. I think
God is among us.
Well, how about Victini? Isn't it supposed to be like
Victini,
a
I think-
shooting star?
Yeah, I think Victini can be that.
Space Fire.
Unpheasant?
I was going to say, what if just the male Unpheasant was a space type?
I can agree with you on that.
Write it down.
Write it on.
Just the male Unpheasant because it has a little hat and no other reason.
Great.
Another one I'll throw at you.
Yeah.
I think the Rock and Roller line ought to be all rock space.
I can agree with you on that too.
I think they should.
I think they are.
And I'm not apologizing for it.
No.
Okay, Sigilyph.
Sigilyph, I think,
Sigilyph
could
is a
be
space
one.
type.
I think
Sigilyph is a
Sigilyph-
space type. I don't give a shit. But notice how your religion argument has vanished.
Part of me thinks that this is religious because it's a constellation.
But I would argue that a lot of people who are religious, they believe in aliens. Write that down, kids.
Write
Put
that down,
on a
kids.
t-shirt.
I think Gothita, Gotharina, and Gothitelle can make an argument.
You had a hard time there.
I had a lot of time.
My biggest argument
Yeah.
against you is that you have the neck. These feel more space than me. The Solosis, Duacion, and Salasala.
I understand what you're saying.
I don't
These,
understand.
Like, this looks like an alien to me. This doesn't look as much like an alien.
The interesting thing, I totally disagree.
All right, we'll put both, but we'll count one of them.
How about Jellicent?
No.
How about Alomomola?
What? No.
Okay.
What's no? I could
How
maybe
about
see
Jolt?
And then these guys, obviously. Space.
Oh, yeah, those are fucking aliens, bro.
Yeah.
How about Golurk?
Golurk?
A
I
hunk
can
of dirt
see-
floating throughout the universe.
I can put that.
And it becomes
there.
a rocket ship.
That I see. That I like. Is that it, because it does
Yeah.
float? It does have a little rocket.
Golurk,
ship
go let Golurk.
Esper, maybe.
Yeah, the
Feels like
Esper
it's kinda
Meowstic.
screaming.
Well, maybe just the two Meowsticks. Maybe you leave Esperk as psychic.
Esper looks really alien though. Maybe Inkay.
Well, yeah, I think Inkay and Malamar. But wait, how about no, not Aromatisse. I was gonna make some bullshit up. Lycan Rock, Midnight Form,
Lycan
Rock
Rock.
Space, Boom Shakalaka. You're gonna push back against
I'm gonna
this.
push back so hard if you're gonna say either of these.
I was gonna say Marini Toxapex,
No.
but there's something enclosed. There's
I
something.
know, but it's
a
so good.
space-
It's poison and water.
The thing is baneful bunker, space bunker.
Yeah, but you know, you could say baneful is dark type. You know, like there's. I think
And
these. Are,
I could say space is dark.
yeah. You know what? I think Mudbray should be one. I was gonna make an argument. Dewpider could be one.
I would absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hate this. I don't want to give it anything. Minior. Perfect.
Minior, yeah, Minior.
If
you
there was
got.
ever a space type, it needs to be
Minior
that.
is rock space.
How about this? It starts out rock space.
You're saying
when
a-
it goes into
a
red
form
core,
change.
it turns into space flying.
Yeah, sure, I'm in for that.
I have Cosmog, Cosmoem, and Solgalea and Lunala. I think they are all space.
Now it's time for a nuanced conversation about what it means to be an Ultra Beast.
I think we can only pick 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we
So,
have to
but
play
that's just
by
like
the
that's an
rules.
arbitrary number that you're picking at.
I think you can pick, you know, maybe if you want to do 2, but no,
up to
I
you,
think
I mean-
I think we should limit it.
Okay.
Celesteela for me
I think
has to be one.
Celesteela is for sure one.
Yes.
Keep scrolling. What are we doing with Necrozma?
I think I have Necrozma as a space type here. I think Blacephalon is more space than Ghost.
Yeah, Fire Space. I would say either Pheromosa or Stakataka.
I agree with you. I think Pheromosa should be different than the other.
Okay, so
I'll put
Pheromosa.
Pheromosa.
So we said Blacephalon, Pheromosa, and what's his nuts? Celesteela.
Pheromosa. Yeah. Any of this?
It's just what the worst starters of all fucking
Keep scrolling.
time.
I'm gonna piss my pants.
Yeah, go piss. I'm just. I had to say something.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Thank God.
All right, so here we
go.
are.
Blipbug, Dottler, and Orbeetle. I think way to go. Obvious.
Space type.
Space type. You
I
wanna-
was going to say something about toxicity, but
Yeah.
no, it's not.
maybe like one of the forms. Is it?
The low-key
The
form
low-key
is...
form can be space type or something.
You're saying space poison?
Yeah.
Why?
You know how they'll send wavelengths through space, maybe something like that.
Oh, and it's so far into space.
And it's so low key. It's poisonous.
That it's depressed. All right, so we did that. We're in the final generation. But they really showed up to the plate. I can't believe you don't like Skeledirge.
I think Skeledirge is okay. I don't think it's...
You think it's bad.
Fantastic.
You think
but
it's
I think
bad.
it's okay.
I am prepared to make an argument for my guy Spidops.
I can see Spidops too.
Spidops,
I'm okay with
he's
Spidops
a little on a
getting
space
little,
mission, and he sucks at his job.
Yeah,
he's a NASA intern.
What about, hey, Charcadet and Armor Rouge?
Because he's a space cadet.
Yeah, a little space cadet. Maybe just Charcadet? Maybe he gets ready for space and he specifies in Psychic or Ghost.
I have this weird rule in my head where, like, you can't evolve and switch types.
Yeah, well, they sometimes do that, though.
Name one.
Drapion and the little guy. Or he starts out as bug and then he becomes dark.
Drapion is dark?
Yeah.
You want to bet $1?
Drapion's dark. He switches. It doesn't happen a lot.
Poison bug, the poison dark. You're correct.
It doesn't happen a lot.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get Charcadet and Armor Rouge as fire space.
Hey, and then what could kind of be cool there is you have he's a little space cadet and he goes off into space. He comes back victorious.
And he dies.
Wow. One way he's a psychic type and the other way he's a ghost type.
Wow. Toadstool?
I kind of like the idea if we could change the narrative around Toadstool. Instead of it being these, like, mushrooms that are native to there, that they could be invasive mushrooms, and they could be space grass.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I think that could be fun.
Lichen. No, I was going to say Rabsca, but I don't mean it.
I think Flittle and Espathra.
Can we, like, give one reason why?
If your whole thing is you're psychic because you're just a little thing floating and levitating around, you should be space. You shouldn't be psychic.
But Espathra is based on Cleopatra.
Yes.
And the aliens built the pyramids. Space type.
Okay, great. That is literally all I need. Hey, we want to do Orthworm because it's based on Doom.
Orthworm.
Yeah, we'll do Steel in space.
How about Glamora? No.
I don't know. I don't know what it
is.
There's something
but I think
like
there's space poison.
Maybe
it's shaped kind of like an outer space butthole.
Maybe it's shaped.
Do you want to? Yeah, space poison. There could be alien fucking little flower things.
Okay. Farigiraf is definitely. The Dunsparce is also one now.
Now, how about all these?
If we're looking at some of these, I think maybe we can try and steal one.
Well, I think we get one for each.
One for each.
I think we say Screamtail and Iron Jugulus would be my guess.
Something about Slitherwing seems.
You think Slitherwing?
Yes. What if we completely ignore both of these and make it Sandy Shocks?
Why?
I don't think it's electric anymore.
If we don't have a space ground, you have me sold.
Okay.
Fine.
We'll make it Sandy Shocks. And we'll call it Sandy Space.
We'll call it Sandy Cheeks. And what, you want to do Iron Jugulus or Iron Moth?
I like Iron Moth a bit better, but either one could be good.
What type do you want to eliminate most? Dark Flying or Fire?
We don't have any space fire.
Okay, so Iron Moth. Is Gimme Ghoul...
I'm already telling you, Gimme Ghoul and Goldango are 100% space.
Yeah, they are.
There is nothing about them to me that says ghost. They are 100% space.
And then is Terrapagos a fucking
I
space?
feel like Terrapagos should be one.
All right.
If we're trying to get SEO going.
But the only problem is his Terra is his name. Terra means Earth.
But Pagos means means space.
So how many do we have? How many are...
Okay.
How light are we?
Let's see. Let's count.
I'm nervous.
Do you want a really hard laugh?
What is it?
What do you think it is?
I think we're at like 41.
You think we're at 41?
Yeah.
Okay. We're at 107.
How the fuck did we do that?
So, if you're seeing this and you're still watching, we're going to put all of them up here. We need to figure out what this does to their types and how they work within the greater atmosphere of the characters. I think space is weak to psychic, flying, and bug.
You have me with the psychic.
Yes.
Where psychic doesn't follow the laws of the universe.
Yes, and I think that you have to be very smart to navigate space.
Flying. Okay, so you're saying flying is super effective against space because when you fly, you're able to navigate space.
Yes.
Okay. The bug you're going to need to explain to me.
For one, I kind of wanted to make bug a stronger type in general. I feel like when we introduce a type, it should help the weak types and nerf the strong types.
Okay.
I think the only things that can survive in space are little tiny bacteria, and those are bugs.
I'm going to purposely ignore what you just said. I don't know if I can co-sign this whole bug thing. But
what's one that you want to get rid of?
I need a list of types in front of me right now, or else I'll die. Is dark the answer?
I don't think it can be.
Oh! Steel should be strong against...
I think steel is already too strong. Steel isn't the thing that's strong against space. It's that it's flying through space, which is why I made it flying.
I wonder if it's ghost.
I don't know if it's ghost.
Like anything breaking the laws of physics, right? Anything breaking Newton's laws. Ghost is not that strong as an attack. It's only strong defensively.
If you want to swap out bug for ghost, I can give you ghost.
I think I'll take ghost.
What should space be super effective against?
Yes.
For me, I think space should be super effective against water, grass, and normal.
Well, why water?
If you put water out in space, it turns into ice. It freezes.
But is ice super effective against water?
No, because ice is made out of water. But I'm saying we're turning water into a different type through space.
And then grass, because grass can't survive in space.
Yes. And normal, because normal shit can't survive in space.
I need to listen to your whole picture.
Okay. Weaknesses, psychic, ghost, and flying. Strong against water, normal, and grass. I think it definitely needs to resist water, grass, and ground.
The elements.
Stuff that's stuck on Earth.
Okay, fine.
I think space is weak against ice, fire, and bug.
What?
I think space doesn't do anything to ice.
Okay.
In outer space, ice is totally unaffected by space.
Sure.
I think fire is also unaffected by space, if you count blazing suns and all those things.
It's not a perfect analogy, but sure. I wish we had Neil deGrasse Tyson on this episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had bug there for when bug was super effective against it. Now you're saying that bug doesn't work, so we can replace bug with ghost.
Yeah, I think ghost is resistant.
I think space should be immune to rock. I think rock can't do anything to space. And I think rock, if we want to be ballsy, should also be immune to space. I think they should be immune to each other.
No, but I think space can, like, crush rock. I might even argue that space should be super effective against rock.
Maybe you're right, but there's a lot of shit that's strong against rock. They live in harmony with each other.
And that kind of makes rock a more interesting defensive type.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with that. Okay, who's first?
All right. Space normal.
Space normal. Just like a generic, boring-ass sort of astronaut.
I think it should start with a little helmet. I don't know if it's like a little dog. Like maybe you can make it like one of the monkeys or the dogs that they sent into outer space or whatever.
Oh my god. It's a chimp.
Yeah.
It's a space chimp.
Yeah.
Needs a chimp with the right stuff. Needs someone like him.
What if he's really old too? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's like the final form.
Yeah.
Like I think it starts with he's like...
He's a little baby chimp.
Yeah, he's a little baby chimp.
You could have like a special evolution where he's a little baby chimp.
Yeah.
And he's like just normal type.
Yeah.
Like, and he's a little chimp astronaut. And then you have to like send him into outer space or something. And he comes back and he's this old chimp.
Yeah.
And he's normal space.
Yeah.
Like he's this old grizzled.
I think that's really cool.
That's cool.
Space fire, like some kind of
star.
star or sun or explosion, like an exploding planet or something.
Well, how about a regional variant of fucking wheezing?
Well, what if we had like the stars are called like white dwarves or
White
something?
dwarfs,
Yeah,
yeah,
Or,
and
like,
then
a
they
red
become
dwarf
red
or something.
giants,
Red
and
giants,
all
okay.
those things. It
Yeah.
goes through the phases of the star.
Yeah.
If we wanted to take a more interesting route, what if instead of wheezing, it was a regional variant of like ghastly?
Okay.
Because fucking stars are gas.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's more
Astral Ghastly would be the first one. Kind of
Astley,
like,
Rick Astley.
Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up.
I'm gonna let you down.
A white Ghastly.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
like compressed,
and then it becomes a red one.
Yeah, and then
oh my god, it could when a fucking star dies, it becomes a black hole.
Yeah.
So it could become
Blackly.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that would be cool.
It's still
If
the
it was-
whole idea of ghost. A star dies.
Yeah, Astral
star is
Ghastly.
born.
That would be really cool if it starts like as a tiny little
But that's
white
kinda what I'm
ghastly,
saying is, like,
and
imagine-
it turns into an explosive haunter that turns into
Like a subdued,
a subdued
black
kind of
whole Gengar
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
fire, space, and ghost.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what we're saying.
Okay, that's sick.
Yeah, dude.
That's so sick.
Oh my god, people don't want to hire us to write.
Space water.
There is no real water found in space, is there?
Yeah.
This is a lame Pokemon that I would never use, but what if can we incorporate some kind of capsule of water?
If we leaned into maybe like the food or the water that the astronauts drank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like picture a little capsule that spits out water to fucking propel itself somehow.
I feel like we're missing an opportunity to use some of those like really kind of deep sea fish as a space type thing.
Wow,
but maybe
wow.
maybe it's strapped onto one of those things. Like a squid. And the first one is strapped to this capsule. And there's like a little button on the top of the capsule, and it's got like a little tiny jetpack that comes out of it. And then it evolves into this like tendrils of like
a kraken?
Yeah, like a kraken that's
like
also
like a space kraken.
Yeah.
How about you call him Spurt?
Yeah. All right, that's what he's called. Electric in space.
Okay. So this is fun to me.
This is a perfect time for like a little satellite type thing.
A little satellite fella.
Uh-huh. You know how they have like, oh, this is good. There's like that kind of idea of how space colonies would form electricity if they had a bunch of little tiny solar panels in space.
Okay.
Have you heard of this? It's a theory.
No.
It's an idea. If they built like a million tiny little floating solar panels, and they could surround a sun,
Okay.
and they'd put it in space, and each one would absorb energy, and it would create an electrical network that would like fuel everybody.
Okay.
So you could start with like a tiny little solar panel that's floating in space.
Unless
Yeah.
you have a direction to go, do you know what you're describing? You're describing a really niche, creative version, a regional variant of wishy-washy.
I was about to say wishy-washy. No, that's what I was about to say. A little
yeah.
tiny one, and then it evolves, or it has some form of a
shaped like a
giant network.
Yeah.
Of little tiny ones that's shaped like a planet.
Like a planet or a constellation.
Oh, that could be. Oh, that's really good.
That's sick,
That's
right?
really good.
That's sick. Oh my god. What if it has a move that like changes based on what constellation it is? So if it's a Taurus,
Yeah.
it's a fucking ground move, it's an Aquarius.
Oh, that's real. Oh, that's sick. Space grass. My first thing is you want to go to the little boot with the thing in it from Wally.
I didn't see Wally.
Okay.
I was against Wally
You were against Wally.
because I don't believe in climate change. No, I'm fucking with you. It's because I don't believe that you should make a movie where the main character can't speak. I think that's stupid. I didn't want to see that movie as a kid.
In Wally, there's no
Okay.
trees, there's no plant life left,
Sure.
except for there's one last little sprout that's grown out of a boot that's got dirt in it. That gets stuck in space. But if you had one that's like a little boot
Yes.
that's got a little face on it.
Oh,
tongue and
like
whatnot.
an old shoe?
Yeah, like an old shoe. And it's got the face there, and then out of it's got the sprout.
Wow,
and then it
that's
evolves, and it's got a fucking tree coming out of it.
The only other thing, and I wonder if it can be incorporated, is like terrariums.
Okay.
Right? Those terrariums can survive on their own. Like once you seal one,
Oh, sure.
like that's the idea. It's like they
Yeah,
can
it
live
goes
100 years. So I wonder if there's something to be like a glass orb.
Yeah.
Can we make a terrarium out of this boot?
Yeah.
And then it evolves into this old boot, and it has a big tree in it, and it shoots out fucking leaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a glass enclosure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a snow globe type thing, but
Yeah.
instead it's like a terrarium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
fucking
sick. Next is space and ice.
Space and this should be fucking easy. I wonder if we can make this interesting.
I feel like I want to see something that navigates through space.
Is there something to like a Quicksilver Pokemon, like a really fast
Something that moves fast like
something
that?
or like a Silver Surfer?
This might be adding another thing on top of it. You've seen enough of these movies where people like die in space.
Yeah.
They freeze because it's so cold. What if it's like a little tiny I don't know, like a little tiny guy that starts and he's like blue. He's out of oxygen, he's blue inside, right?
Wow. So he starts off as a singular space type. He's a little space astronaut.
Yeah, yeah.
A little happy-go-lucky teenager in
Yeah.
his little thing, and he sucks.
Yeah.
And then to evolve him, he has to die.
And then, oh shit, because like the cord that connects him could be severed and it like turns into like this long tail that whips out behind him.
That's what I'm saying. Like a fast, weak,
Yeah, like a glass
frozen
cannon type guy. Yeah.
Let's get some names in the comments.
Yeah, if we put some names in the comments there. You tell us what you think of any of these names too, right?
Yeah.
'Cause we're just shouting out stuff. Okay, space fighting. I'm thinking it has to be kind of like one of those like Star Wars type TIE fighter spaceships.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it's stealing too much from Star Wars, but it would be like, how it's like.
Because I don't know what you're talking about. So can I build upon?
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain immediately went here.
Yeah.
But my brain immediately went to a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
Okay.
So if there was a way that we can mesh this fucking fighter jet thing with a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
Okay, so
with
let me
a fucking long neck thing.
So let me tell you what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Right? I think it starts with how the TIE fighter has the bulb in the center. I think that's an eye, and then out of the side of it, it's got two little like fisticuffs.
Yes.
And I think when it evolves, it turns into like like a big mecha kind of type thing.
Yeah.
And it's got that same eye with the like fists on either side, but that's become a face, like a head with ears, and it's become like a big kind of like Rock'em Sock'em
That's
robot
what I'm
type
saying.
thing.
As long as it's a Rock'em Sock'em robot, I think that's sick.
You could call it you could call
I don't know if we should be doing names.
maybe we should. If you wanted to call it Rocket Socket.
Rocket Socket. Wow, that's very good. That is a Rocket Socket. Rocket Socket.
I think we're halfway through.
Halfway through. Almost halfway there.
Space poison.
Space poison. So what poisons space?
Some kind of like alien disease. If we were to,
But I don't think anything affects space.
it's not that it's like poisonous to space.
It's just
it's
that it's
poisonous
in
from
space.
space or in space.
Is this where we do our regional variant of fucking coughing and
Coughing,
wheezing?
if you want to do that.
Yeah. Do we? But that's so easy.
Well, you know what you could do, but it's kind of like what you said, how that theory that like our ozone is going to become too cluttered with junk.
Yeah.
And you can have it be that
what did I say? I said about fucking Garbodor.
Like Garbodor, right?
What? We make it garbage floating in space.
Yeah, we
yes,
make it
of
garbage
course.
floating-
It's garbage
Yeah.
floating in space.
Yes.
It's a regional variant of Garbodor where he's floating in space.
I feel like the trash bag has opened up a bit,
Oh,
and like the
yeah.
stuff is floating around.
This like fucking planet Saturn with rings of garbage.
Oh, that's good.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
He's this spherical Garbodor now. He still has the same eyes and mouth, but it's just he's spherical, and all this shit is constantly floating around him.
I think that's very cool.
He's totally, and he has a ring of fucking banana peels.
Oh
and
shit!
fucking newspaper.
Oh no! Okay.
Yeah, That's what it is. It's
Very
regional
cool.
Garbodor.
You have one for Space Ground.
Space Ground, man.
This has got me stumped, so we can come back to this one too. If you
No,
want.
let's get it out of the way. What if it? Who's the a lot of Greek mythology this episode?
Okay, sure.
You know the dude who's holding up the planet?
Oh, Atlas.
Atlas.
Yeah.
what if the dude, like a regional variant of Conkeldurr, but he's holding the fucking planet.
Oh, oh shit! That's that's perfect.
He's holding the fucking
That's
planet.
so perfect.
Yeah,
oh my
right?
god, that's perfect.
Yeah, he's holding the fucking planet.
Oh
And
shit!
he throws it at you. That's so cool.
Okay. I didn't know how we were gonna do that.
Yeah, whatever Atlas Pokemon.
Yeah,
can hold the fucking planet. He starts by holding off like a little fucking asteroid, and then he
yeah.
gets a little bit bigger, and he's holding the fucking.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Okay. Space flying.
How can we do this without being basic as shit?
Deal. The obvious one is to make a little rocket ship, but I don't know if we want to go there. Part of me wonders if we take a bird and make it space-like instead. If we were approach it opposite.
What if?
What's the kind of bird that we haven't had in Pokemon yet? You know, like a hummingbird. What if we had a hummingbird?
A hummingbird. What if it's not a bird?
Okay. Throw it out.
An homage to Rocket Raccoon. And it's a raccoon that is space flying. Pokemon has been this on the nose before. They made a fucking Minecraft mushroom before.
But what makes that flying?
He's got a rocket ship.
But that's more the space part of it.
And he's flying.
You could do a cloud if you want to do. If you don't like the hummingbird type thing, if you don't feel like
I
that
like
enough.
the hummingbird.
Yeah.
I just don't know where it's going. I don't know how we make it space. Let me pee and then.
Okay. I'm trying to think along the lines of the hummingbird type thing.
Mm.
It starts as a little bird. It's got the space on its chest or whatever.
Yes.
I think, what if it evolves, becomes a shooting star type thing?
Oh.
But it's got the tail. It's super fast.
Oh, and it can have like visor thing type deal.
Yeah.
Where it's like part astronaut, part hummingbird, part like jet fighter.
Yeah. Big
Shooting
long
star,
tail behind
yeah.
it. It's shooting
Maybe
towards
it
you.
has like little babies trailing it.
Yeah, like little tiny ones behind it. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got so many that are space psychic, but
Okay.
that is the next one. A
Space psychic. What's a fun one that we haven't touched?
I feel like we've got to have some kind of proper alien Pokemon.
Some of the really big head.
Yeah.
Don't we have that in the fucking?
Behem and
Behem,
Elgium,
yeah.
or like a hive mind type thing. Maybe that's something.
I feel like we've had like 6 hive minds so far.
Maybe we have.
But what if he's like a mad scientist? I'm picturing like a Mojo Jojo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
What
you
if
know
it's a
I mean?
mouse? Because they send mice up in space.
An
and stuff
homage
like
to
that.
Pinky and the Brain?
Okay, maybe.
Wow, an homage to the Brain, where he has a big fucking head. And oh my god, we haven't done fairy yet. It's a normal rat, a lab rat, that you send into space depending on what you do. One is fucking psychic and one is fairy.
Okay.
An homage to Pinky and the Brain. Come on, folks. Kids, Google Pinky and the Brain. That's what inspired our comedy duo.
If you want to knock out fairy and psychic,
I
in the
think
same
that's
go,
true.
If he starts out as a little rat,
A normal rat.
normal type rat that you get route 1.
And then you send him to space, and then if you send him one direction, he comes back super smart.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a douchebag.
Yeah.
And then you send him one down, he's the Brain. He's Pinky.
Space bug.
I feel like you have an idea.
It's got to be an homage to Alien, like the movie Alien.
Oh, so something
With like the
really
face
fucking
hugger.
sick.
It starts with the face hugger type as the
Yeah.
baby form. It's a little, or like it's like an egg that's got the little tail coming out of it.
Yeah.
Right. It starts like that.
I'm picturing
like-
a Wimpon to Golisopod.
Yeah, something
type,
like that. Kind of like purple or black or like
Yeah.
gray or something like that.
Yep.
It's got all these limbs and mandibles and
I'm talking 125 base attack. Or
yeah,
something
no,
like that.
so strong, so
Yeah.
strong. Space and rock.
I'm wondering, like, you know how they have like the debris storms in space?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if, like, what if we have like a humanoid guy who's like a golem type thing, and his whole thing is he doesn't have a weapon, but he can control this fucking this cloud of sharp diamonds and rocks and stuff, and he's like, You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, yes. Starts out, he's a little guy and he's riding like a tiny meteor. He's on top of a tiny meteor.
And it's a little rocking horse.
Yeah. And he evolves, and it's a guy. He's got meteors all around him that he can control, and one of them is a yo-yo.
Can I add one little twist?
Yeah.
What if he's a centaur? What if he's a rock centaur with craters and he has a big yo-yo?
I'm trying to think if there's a constellation type thing.
That's what I'm saying. There's
there's
for sure a
Earth?
centaur.
What are the Earth ones?
Centaurian, Centaurus.
There's Taurus.
Centaur.
There's Virgo.
Ay, Dios.
What is a Scorpio? Is Scorpio? You're a water one.
I am Scorpio.
Yeah.
Centaur constellation. No, Centaurus is a fucking look.
Centaurus.
You have to pop this on stage. Doesn't it look just like a centaur?
Hey, there you go. A centaur from space that's got meteors and a big yo-yo. Or maybe it's like a mace and it's got a planet
Hold on. I think Centaurus might have a fucking weapon. Centaurus has a bow and arrow.
You want it to be like a bow and arrow that's got a planet on the end of the arrow?
Yeah.
Dragon space.
I think this is a pseudo-legendary.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be.
And I think this is our rocket ship.
You think this one should be the rocket ship?
I think this is what our rocket ship is. This is our NASA-based... I think this is a traditional Dragon rocket ship that flies about space.
It's like a little rocket, right? And it's got the faces on the rocket. You know how a rocket kind of has the fins at the end of it that kind of brace it or whatever?
Yeah.
And those can kind of be teeth. And then it's got kind of a little sparks of a body at the end of it. When it becomes a full-grown dragon, it should be the same thing, bigger head, but now the exhaust coming out of it forms the shape of a big slithering tail, like dragon type thing.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm cool for that basic ass fucking shit.
Yeah, I think I would get that every time.
I would use the shit out of that.
All right, last two.
Oh, yeah.
Space Dark.
It has to be evil.
Yeah.
It has to be evil as shit.
Yeah.
It has to be terrifying. I'm talking out of my ass. I don't have an idea. But the idea of dark matter, which is a thing in space.
That's what I keep thinking.
Because they can't comprehend what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing something that is visible then is invisible. Something that goes in and out of it only appears when it wants to appear.
Yeah. What if it's halfway visible, right?
What could it be based upon? What's something dark and evil? Anything dark and evil. What are the most evil things on planet Earth?
Thinking underwater creatures,
Oh my God! What if it's What if it's one of those lantern fishes?
Like an anglerfish?
Like an anglerfish.
Oh shit! Okay. Incorporating dark matter. People can't see it. It starts out. It's just the angler. All you see is
just a little bit of
light. It's the little bit of light, and you see a sprout coming out of it, and all you see are two little eyes at the base of the sprout.
Yes.
And then it evolves, and it becomes this massive Goliath
thing with a big fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got teeth coming out of it.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of partially invisible. The eyes are kind of it's got stars and constellations disguising it and stuff like that. That would be scary as shit.
Yeah, that's scary.
All right, last one. And kind of the layup, Space Steel.
So this is the layup. I'll let you take the layup, but I have a different idea.
Okay, because the layup has always been kind of the Death Star or International Space Station. But what have you got before I
want to be very clear. This is not a better idea than the easy way out. But it would be really fun if we had a steel space bicycle Pokemon. And the
Talk about the way that everybody protests the game.
A flying bicycle that goes through the universe. Maybe it even has a little alien. Imagine it has a baby type that's a little unicycle.
Okay.
And it evolves into a space bicycle.
What makes it space?
Yeah, have you seen the movie E.T.?
I know you're talking, but we need to put the alien on it? Is that the idea?
It's a video game. It's a fucking bicycle. I think that's funny.
I think that, and listen, You have every right to think that.
All right,
You know what?
the kids in the comments vote. Do you want the space bicycle or a satellite? You tell us, kids. Go ahead.
Give it. No, you're absolutely right. I don't have a better idea.
You don't?
No, I don't. But
I have a better idea.
what I will challenge you to do is, I know we haven't been doing names. I think you have to give this one a name if you want us to use it.
Galaxy Cycle. You're mad that I had that. You thought you were going to stump me because I've been struggling with names this whole episode. But Galaxy Cycle is a sick name, and you thought I wouldn't be able to have anything. I didn't even need 10 seconds.
Well, this is a different type of thing. This isn't really the podcast.
I know. We don't know how to wrap this one up.
We don't know how to wrap this up. If you like this kind of thing, if you want us to, embrace the challenge of even more difficult types, let us know. Subscribe. Comment what kind of type you'd like to see. I think it would be kind of fun to do something like this.
Just let us know and like and subscribe. Show some love so we know that we should continue doing this. And if we shouldn't, we'll stop doing it.
We'll
forever.
stop. We could stop. Hey, leave in the comments section if you'd like us to stop.
Yeah, please. You got anything else to say?
I got nothing else.
All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.
See ya.